Hi, I'm your host, DOS350_legit, and I'd like to welcome you back to an unprecedented special installment of part 2 of what a show that I like to call Gamer Personality Review. The subject of this review, part 2, is me, DOS350. And I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to quickly fill in the viewers, and especially the returning subscribers, in about what the hell is actually happening here. So in the first part, I was under the impression that I was going to be given a name like int P, int J, int P kind of thing, after doing a personality test. But to my little shock and surprise in my gamer freaking mind, I realized that that wasn't the test I was doing. What I was doing was actually a thing called the Big Five, and it gives you a percentile of how crazy you are or whatever, you know, according to different 5 key traits. And I did the test, and I broke it down for the viewers, and I will link it, part 1, in the description, but the bottom line is I got like 11% on agreeableness, and pretty close to 50 on most of the other ones, I think. I got maybe like 30 on one, 11 on agreeableness, and about 50 on all the others, I think. Close enough. It's within a motherfucking margin of error. But anyway, for this video, we're going to be doing a hands-on and gloves-off approach again, so excuse me while I just take off my gamer gauntlets and put them to the side for the rest of the video in a nice, neat place. As part of my gamer personality, I put things in their correct place, a gaming place. Now, I was doing the test last time, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the test I was looking for, and I only got a measly freaking percent. Didn't get an int F. And so this week we're correcting that, and we're going to do at least one, but potentially 2, gamer freaking personality tests. Online, similar setup to last time, but a different site. I googled it for the actual myers-briggs personality type trait to get the right one, and it came up with 2. The first is like a site where you can pay for extra friggin' info, and it looks pretty high quality, like just the site, so they must be getting a few subscribers or whatever the hell they get. And another one that seems to be more free. And anyway, we're pretty much just going to jump straight into it and figure out which one I am. Am I an int freaking J or an int B? Yeah. Before we do jump into it, I would like to remind you to please hit the freaking bell and the like. And thanks in advance. Alright, so let's just get into it. Here we go. So we're on 16personalities.com. I'll link this in the freaking thing. This is not a sponsored thing by these scumbags. I just found this, and I already pressed take test, so it doesn't make me log in or have an account, because if it did, I wouldn't be doing it. So, and if it surprises me at the end with oh, you have to log in to see your result or something along those lines, I'm gonna hate their guts. So let's just hope that doesn't, because I press take it and it starts giving the test, but I didn't go further than that. But before we do it, excuse me, let's just break down this side a little bit. So we got 16 personalities, so I think that's in, you know, you can figure it out. It's Myers-Briggs. Free personality test. Type descriptions, relationships, and career advice. Shit, that's what I need, some relationship and motherfucking gaming career advice. Alright, so we got take the test, personality types, premium profiles, tools, library, blah blah blah. It's so incredible to finally be understood, says some freaking freak who took this test. Take our personality test and get a freakishly accurate description of who you are as a person and why you do things the way you do, and you and me. No, alright. And they got these little freaking stupid pictures, like angled gamer art style stuff. 384 million tests taken. That's a big number, and I don't believe that number. Like, flat off the bat, I don't believe that 400 freaking million people have been to this site, let alone taken the test. So someone's fudged that number. Curious how accurate we are about you, blah blah blah. And it says, Emma, the advocate. Alright, let's see. I was honestly shocked how accurate it was. I teared up a bit because it was like there was a person looking inside my mind and telling me what they saw. Okay. Ashley the adventurer. I can't believe how accurate this was, word for word. I never felt so understood. In my gaming heart, I thought I was only one of my kind. I thought I was a unique little freaking sunflower. And a snowflake? And the last guy, Augustine. Is this the last guy? And he's the architect. It's undeniably eerie. Shit, if it's undeniably eerie, I better brace my little gaming self, because I just don't want to get too spooked. Like I said in the part 1, linked in the description below, I get upset easily. Alright. It's undeniably eerie how the description and traits nailed me so thoroughly. Wish I had known about my personality type 20 years ago. That would have saved me much grief. How do they come up with this? Like, where did they dig this guy out of? I believe that this is just made up. Like, nobody would talk like that. Imagine starting a sentence. It's like a freaking movie monologue. It's like, imagine Keanu Reeves in freaking Cyberpunk. Wish I had known about my personality type 20 years ago. That would have saved me much grief. It's like, yeah, shut up, Augustine. What kind of a name's Augustine anyway? Is he the freaking emperor? Alright. Understand others. What else I can do here? In our free thing, you'll learn what really drives, inspires, and worries different personality types, helping you build more meaningful motherfucking damn relationships. Get a roadmap for 6... I like it. Our premium profiles. Okay, that's a freaking ad. Explore our toolkits and a pipeline and a freaking keychain. Alright. They've developed this and that. I got all Professor Glasses up here. Look at it, it's got maps, it's got little paper hats. I don't know what they are. Why trust us? Alright, this is juicy. Modern and reliable framework. Our personality model incorporates the latest advances in psychometric research, combining time-tested concepts with robust and highly accurate testing techniques. Hundreds of pioneering studies, so they're pioneering and breaking ceilings in the psycho industry. Dig into our freaking thing and their impact on our lives. Geographical distribution. Whoa, do they let you get that for free? Social attitudes, relationships, and so damn much more. Available in all sorts of spaghetti languages. I don't care about that. I'm a simple-minded gamer. I only speak English and freaking gamer speak. Alright. Well, personality map. This is a freaking hate crime waiting to happen. What does it mean? Nicaragua. They're plus 15% up there. Lebanon, they're pretty extroverted in here. They're introverts in Lithuania. I don't mean to click on Lithuania. Fuck. Is that what they look like over there? Is that everybody? So they've had 26,000 from Lithuania, and they got about 3 million gamers over there. Significantly more introverted over there. Alright, they're turbulent mediators. What the hell? Turbulent freaking... They're a bit turbulent. That's a bit freaking turbulent for me. Alright, we'll get out of there. We'll back out of this. So I think we've seen enough. I guess we could check on their Twitter, but I'm not going to. So we'll just jump straight into it. And take the test. And be one of the 400 million fuckers out here. Alright. Nearest type explorer. So, just judging from what they've said so far, I don't think this is a certified myers-briggs. It's like a proprietary thing, I guess it's that. Nearest type explorer? I don't really know. Complete the test, unlock your potential. That's what I want to do. But only with my premium profile. Shit, I'm gonna have to sign up for this or what? Alright, you regularly make new friends. No. Spend a lot of time that pique my interest. Random. I wouldn't know if they're completely random, but I guess so. I'm just gonna go middle yes on that. Seeing other people cry can easily make me feel like I want to cry as well. Not really. Maybe if I'm sad too for the same reason and it's a real frickin' tragedy or something. But otherwise, seeing people cry doesn't really make me cry. Unless it's a special occasion. I see people cry maybe on YouTube or, like if I see someone crying in real life who I know them, it's like shit, that ain't easy. But that doesn't happen often, so I don't really get it. I make a backup plan for a backup plan. I often make a backup for a backup. I would like to do that. Contingency. I want to be well prepared, but I don't often do it. I don't, sometimes I have a backup plan, like if this fails then this kind of thing, but it'd have to be a really certain type of thing where it's like if two things fail, then this. It's like that isn't often my thought as a gamer. It's usually all or friggin' nothing. No, alright, look. No, I don't often make a backup for a backup. I usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Well, I'm trying to be honest with this test, by the way. Same as I was in the last one, but if astute gamer out here watching this can tell, oh shit, Dust350 answered different to the same question last video. It's like, I'm not trying to trick anyone, it's just maybe I've got a freaking better gaming understanding of myself since the last week ago or whenever. 9 days and freaking 10 hours. So I usually stay calm, but under a lot of pressure I can kind of sometimes, it's like I can maybe still perform, but sometimes the pressure makes me do the wrong thing, and it hurts. So I really don't know how to say it. It's like Tetris. I can use. It's not really like in a close game. I can stay calm, but I can't always stay competent. It's like I put them in the same kind of category. If you're not competent, what's the point of being calm, kind of thing. It's kind of how I take that. So I'm gonna go just in terms of my calm, to look at me and say how calm I am, but to see what I'm actually doing, it's like, maybe different. I'm gonna go maybe a soft yes for this one, because I definitely try to stay calm. It's not like I have a chronic problem. I think everyone's got it a bit. It's like, it's kind of, can be not easy sometimes, so I'll go a soft yes. At a social thing, I rarely try to introduce myself to new people and mostly talk to the thing I already know. Well, let me just break it down for anyone who missed part 1, but the bottom line is, I don't really get much of a social thing, say in real life. If we're talking about gaming, like in WoW Classic, meeting new people out in Winter Spring, Timblemore Village, say hi. But in real life, at a social setting, like my social setting, I'll introduce them, like say it's one other person that I don't know at some place with people that I know and they're talking to each other. It's like, I'll say hi. It's not like I'll just ignore them. But you say it's just me and like 20 people I don't know and 2 people that I do know, I might say hi, and if someone says hi to me, I'll freaking say hi. But I'm not gonna mix and mingle like, hi, I'm Dust350 _ fucking legit. I'm a gamer. and I do gamer stuff. I eat a gaming diet and I play freaking damn Tetris all day. What do you do? It's like, nah, I'll just let it, like introducing myself. Hi, I'm DOS350. It's like, hi. I am, like, what am I going to introduce? Kind of thing. It's like, oh, what do you like? What do you do? Who are you? It's like, shit. I don't know. We'll see, though. This test is going to tell me. So I'm just going to go... I'm going to go a little bit disagree. But like, no, I'm going to go neutral. Alright. Because I would. It depends is the answer. 10% done. Alright. You want to completely finish one project before starting another. Ideally, you would, to get a finished result, but in practice, no. I usually got a lot on the frickin' boiling plate. You are very sentimental. Holy fuck, they're cutting deep now. I wouldn't like to say that I am, like, I just love this, and this makes me feel that, and it was this, and I felt that, and this is that kind of thing. It's like, nah. I don't want to be like that, but I probably am in certain ways. Maybe more than I should be. There's not really anything wrong with it. I'm not trying to marginalize people for being sentimental, but it's like, I don't want to get too caught up on the past too much. It's like, it matters. And if it was good, that's great, but if it's a sad kind of thing, it's like maybe I can't help but be aware of it as a sentimental kind of entity, but it's like, shit. I don't want to get too into it, because you can get carried away. It's like, you can probably see where I'm going with this, but it's like, say I had a artifact of my childhood, which I do, I have several, but let's say it was I'd like to hold a friggin' show and tell example, but I don't have anything at hand. It's all new, all Gucci around here. Say these gaming gloves, that's the best I got. I'm not sentimental about them, but it's a good example. This is my review gauntlet, gamer gauntlet, and I bought these and reviewed them, and I've had them for, I don't know, almost probably 2 years now. And anyway, let's say I go viral and I get 1 million friggin' subs in the Sweetie Bank, and it's like, shit. One day in 10 years' time, when I'm in my villa, I'll look back and think, these gaming gloves got me where I am, and if it wasn't for them, my life could have been on a completely different trajectory. And this glove saved my freaking life, and I love this glove, and I'm gonna put it in a freaking vault, and no one's gonna take this glove from me because I am this glove, and this glove made me who I am today. It's like, oh shit, I'll just put it in the trash can and go and buy a new one. And I'm not trying to say that it doesn't matter. Like, if someone's got a sentimental freaking thing that's legit, that's great. But if it's just trash, it's like, I want to be honest about it. I'm not gonna fill my freaking gaming room up with trash holding me back that doesn't even matter. It's like a waste of time sometimes, not all the time, but getting too sentimental about things, it's like, this is me, I did this. It's like, fuck that. To me, ideally, I think that's the better attitude. So I'm gonna go middle. I know I definitely am sentimental in certain ways, but I also actively try and be pretty, I won't say brutally honest about it, but it's like, shit. Critical, at least, I would say. Middle. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I like lists. I don't often make them, but I like them. I use them sometimes, a shopping list, because it's easy for me to forget things that I want. Just general kind of food, grocery items, household goods. Like in my review section, it's like, sometimes, and if it's 1 or 2 things, usually I can remember and I just get what I want. I don't even have a plan sometimes, but it's like, when it matters, like the other day. I don't think I even looked at the list when I went to the shop, but just writing it down kind of helps me as a gamer to remember sometimes. Sometimes I look. And anyway, the point I'm making is the lists are legit. Schedules are too, but I'm just not freaking... I'm not that organized. My schedule's all over the place, but like I said in part 1, I like routine. Schedule not necessarily. Alright, I'd agree though. I use them. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Maybe, just definitely yes, in certain ways at least, maybe not completely. Like, let's say I do the wrong thing in Tetris, it's like, I'm not gonna think, oh, I'm a retard and I suck. But if I do the wrong thing that's really stupid, say in another game, Tetris, there's too many factors at play to really get the feeling that I get out of this. But say if it's Warcraft, and I really do the wrong thing, like in a PvP setting, I can get pretty sore about it and think, shit, I'm just a fucking scumbag noob. Not often, but it's happened before. I guess you improve from that ideally, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, you grow out of it, but at the time it ain't easy. What's bad though, like, is if you're going about things a certain way and you realize later that it was wrong or something. Like, it's a mistake that you notice later kind of thing. You didn't even realize it was a mistake while you were doing it kind of thing. And then you find out, that maybe makes me doubt my abilities. It's like, I've been doing this and I didn't even know that kind of thing. So that would make me doubt it. But the more immediate one, not so much. I usually use it to my benefit eventually, hopefully. So I'm gonna go neutral. I feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find shit. I'm gonna go a hard no. I just don't. I don't know if I'd like to be. Either. Like, hi, I'm 350. In your face, up close and personal. It's like, I don't know who would really want that. Tell me in the comments if you would want that. It's like, hey, I find you interesting. Straight off the bat, I wouldn't find someone interesting. Like, maybe I'd be interested in them for some reason. But it's like, just that they're interesting. It's like, oh, you're interesting. I wanna... look, I don't want to get too off the freaking topic here, but I don't think it's appropriate for little old gaming 350 to be doing that too much. So tell me in a comment below if I'm wrong. You're not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. Let's think about this. I'm not really. Like, if someone's got a creative work, I'll either probably like it or not, pretty much, for me. And it doesn't have to do with what other people say, ideally. Like, I'm not trying to win any medals from anyone and, oh yeah, 350 likes what I think or something. It's like, nah. If it's an artistic thing, like freaking painting or music or gaming, I'll like it or not. But if someone, like, if I like it, maybe I'll be interested in talking about it because I like it so much. But if I don't like it, I'm not interested in hearing about it. Pretty much for the most part. I don't care why, what, how, unless it's really important or relevant to something else that I care about. Like, various interpretations. I'm not too interested. I'm gonna middle agree. Next. I like this site compared to the open psychometric. Just, there's a comment, like, it's more smooth and kind of readable. It's not all in a row, little tiny text. Alright, 20%. We're getting through it, gamers. I'm more inclined to follow my head than my heart. Yep, I would say yep. Maybe... it depends, but mostly yep. It's like if I know something or can kind of predict or analyze or deduce something and kind of prove it in my mind to myself, I usually go with that over any feeling. But it's not often that I get in many different situations. Like, it's not often it's like, my head tells me I want a coffee, but my heart tells me, oh, don't have a coffee or something. It's like, shit. Usually the decisions are pretty much, the heart doesn't come into it very much, except for finer points. It's like, do I freaking ambush this guy in winter spring, or do I freaking sap him, kind of thing. It's like, my head says both. It doesn't really matter for the most part, given my lifestyle, but I am more inclined to go a soft yes, because sometimes I want to listen to my heart. I gotta game my heart. I just prefer doing what I feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. Yeah, I'm gonna go hard agree. Like, I have a daily routine, but I'd rather just do whatever I want, and that includes the routine anyway. I rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Disagree, I'm always worried about that kind of thing. It's like, I'm not trying to impress too much. I'm just trying to be normal, but it's like, shit. I can't help but wonder in my gaming freaking mind, like, what does this person think? Or how am I coming across, kind of thing? Or like, what the hell am I doing? It's not like it's crippling, but it's, I just kind of can't help it. I think it's healthy. It's like, I want to be aware of myself. So that's part of it. I enjoy participating in group activities. I guess so. Like, I like Overwatch. I don't know if you can call 1v1 Tetris a group activity. I like Warcraft. I'm gonna go yes. It's like, I don't really, but for certain things a group is necessary, and I enjoy some of those things, so fuck. I like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. I guess I don't dislike them. I don't prefer them necessarily either. I like them, I guess. I think that question's shit, straight off the bat. Like, if a psychologist asked me that, or a qualified professional like this freaking site's claiming to be, I'd think, where'd you get your freaking qualification from? Freaking preschool? I don't mean to be too harsh on them, but it's like, I'm a pretty... I'm a certain type of gamer, and it's just... If I feel like the kind of question is asking for a kind of answer with it's like an empty answer, something you know already, or something that's just a non-issue, like it doesn't matter and it doesn't mean anything. It's like, if someone asks me that, and some things, like someone's like, I don't mean to harp and rave, but it's a bad question. Comment below if you understand why. But I do like them, so even though I hate the question, I'm gonna go soft yes. My happiness no, it's hard disagree. My happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. It's like, if I help someone, that's great. And if I like what I help them with, that's even better. But my happiness doesn't come from that, really. It maybe sometimes a bit. It's not that I don't get happy about it, but I'd be more happy if I did it. Pretty much. Why wouldn't I be? Alright. I'm interested in so many things that I find it difficult to choose what to try next. A little bit. I'm a broadband gamer, and I've got quite a few interests. Tetris being one of them? I don't mean to keep saying Tetris, but I do have a lot of interests, and it's not that I need help finding focus with it, but I need to kind of force myself to do certain things if I want to get them done, because I got a tendency to get right into freaking Tetris or Warcraft or anything, and I let my other things kind of sizzle a bit. But every now and then I get a burst of freaking I don't know if you can call it inspiration, but something, and, get moving a bit. It's like YouTube, it's like shit. I didn't upload much videos in 2020, even though I wanted to, and I love making this content for my, subscribers, but, what can I say? It's just shit. It ain't easy being a gamer sometimes. But it also feels good to be a gamer. To somebody like me. In my sentimental gaming, freaking beating heart, bleeding freaking heart life. Alright. So, I want to try though. See, that's the thing. I'm not interested in trying. It's like, oh, what's gonna happen? I am. Maybe it's a learning experience and it's getting me somewhere. I'm interested in that, in trying, but I'm glad I latched onto that word try, because I'm not really I'll try doing this. I'll have a try at doing some guitar practice. I'll have a try of just have a try at freaking cutting out some lines out of the spaghetti freaking tools. It's like, no, I'm not interested in trying. I want to actually get it done. So I don't want to, I'm such a broad-ranged gamer that I'm not really interested in trying a new thing. What I want to do is things I already do a bit, but I want to do more of it. So I'm not out like, well, will I go rock climbing? Should I go axe throwing? Will I go freaking scuba diving? What am I gonna do next? That isn't it. It's more like, get on the freaking piano, 350, go and do a freaking push-up, that kind of thing. It's not a new thing. It's gonna be more of the same. So I'm gonna actually, I don't understand the question. That's the problem with this site, is when you critically look at the questions, they're ambiguous. I'm getting fruity with the words. Please excuse my freaking French? My gaming French? Alright, because I don't like the question, I'm gonna go hard no. Because I don't understand, and I don't want to try something next. I want to do what I want to do when I know already about it. I'm prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Not really, I am prone to worrying, but things taking a turn for the worse. It's I wouldn't call myself an optimist, but I wouldn't call myself a pessimist either. I don't think. Maybe a bit that way, but it's shit. I think I'm more in the middle. It's no, I'm trying to be honest about it. And it's things are taking a turn for the worse. It's what happens in Wuthering Heights. I'm not some soap opera gamer. It's a real life, and the things that happen are specific. If things take a turn for the worse, that is just really bad. If one thing goes wrong, it's bad enough, but if things freaking take a turn for the worse, it's shit. It'd want to be talking about something specific, because otherwise the implications of that are pretty spooky. So I'm gonna go I'm leaning no, but I might go neutral on that one, just because maybe I do worry and I don't want to admit it in my gaming friggin' life. I avoid leadership roles in group settings. Not necessarily, I don't think I do. It's I'm not trying to be a leader of men out here, but if I feel like I'm the most suitable to lead something, I'll do it if I have to. It's because I want it to succeed and I think I can do it better than someone. That'd be the only reason. But if I'm happy with how it's being led, who's calling the freaking shots, it's that's good. If I agree with the method and the freaking detail, that's great. I'm not trying to avoid it, so I'm gonna go soft no. It's not I'm going out of my way to be a leader, but it's I don't avoid it. I'm definitely not an artistic. I'm gonna go disagree. Middle degree, a hard degree. I wouldn't call myself too artistic. I'm not an art fruit fucking cake, pancake. But I do like art of all kinds, and I'm not much of an artist, but I'd like to be, and yeah. I wouldn't say I'm not an artistic person, because I think artistic art is lit, but only if I like it. Some art I don't like it, and I don't care what it stands for or anything, and I hate it. Like Anakin and the frickin' Sand People. But it's really not my problem, unless someone shoves it in my face. Alright, so I'm a bit arty, let's just call it. It's middle no. I think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings. Whoa. Yes. I think yes. Definitely. Because feelings are too spicy. Sometimes they might feel good, but it's like shit. Usually they're bad. I'm just gonna call it. Like if people are doing things based on a feeling, and there's no meaning in it besides the feeling, and whatever meaning you attach to the feeling, that's just not good enough for the real world, to me. So I'm gonna go hard yes. You prefer to do your chores before... Disagree. I like to do my... Look, I would, in an ideal world I would. I'd have all my chores done, but in the real world, I do them when it's convenient to do them. Or at the last minute? Oh, I don't mean that. So, I'm gonna go middle. It's like I would like to, but I don't really do it. 40% done, we're getting through, gamers. Alright. I enjoy watching people argue. I guess I do. I don't like to have to struggle for myself too much, but it's like shit. If something's spicy, I would like to pay attention. So, I'm gonna go at least a soft yes, like I like it. And if I can take a side too, and that side wins, it's even better. It's like, I hate this guy's guts because he did this or something. It's like, fuck you. And I think that one of them's right. It's like, yeah. Sometimes, not all the time, but I enjoy it. I tend to avoid your intention to myself. I'm gonna go, that's a tough one. Because I do and I don't. I think I covered this in the last video. For being a gamer, I don't mind the attention. I can handle it. But for the real world out in the gaming abyss of the real world, I'm talking downtown, I do not like drawing attention. Maybe, no, I don't. I'd rather just mind my own business completely. So, I'm gonna go a soft yes. My mood can change very quickly. We covered this too. I know we're repeating same ground, but just to say, it can change quickly. I'm not having mood gaming swings, but if something takes a turn for the worse, my mood's gonna change quickly. So, it can change. It should qualify often or something, because of course it can. I think everyone's can. It's like, let's say you're walking downtown and your significant other just gets blasted. You know what I'm saying? It's like my mood is gonna be changed pretty quickly. It's like from just normal to freaking shock to fear, freaking every bad one. You know what I mean? It's like, so yes, it can, but it's not happening all the time. Alright. I lose patience with people who are not as efficient. I do. But it's not like I'm gonna yell at them, but I definitely think it in my mind. It's like, can't you freaking hurry up? It's not like I'm the most efficient guy out. It's like, I understand, but for certain things, it's maybe not even efficient, but it's like I'm a very, as I said earlier, particular type of gamer, and I've got particular gaming freaking habits and ways of doing things, and I tend to kind of project it onto everybody. It's like, because I feel for myself, it's not like I do everything in the best possible way, but I want to do as good as I can in a most convenient manner possible kind of thing. So if I feel like I'm doing it that way, I think it's lit. And if someone is doing something for me, I want it to be done my way kind of thing. And if I want them to succeed and I think my way is better or something, I'd be wanting them to change it up. I often end up doing things at the last possible moment, Yeah, not all the time, but I definitely do. Been fascinated with the question as what, if anything, happens after death. Fascinated. Shit. I don't think I have been. Really, I haven't. It's like I've, thought a lot of game of thoughts in my mind. Not enough, I guess, but over the years, it's like, shit, I've been gaming for a while now. And I can remember at a young age, like, really in my mind trying to visualize, like, a nothingness, if you can understand what I mean. It's like, I was pretty young, and I remember doing this, and it was like, I would kind of close my eyes and think, what is nothing kind of thing? Where is nothing? What does it look like? Doesn't look like anything kind of thing. Kind of try and in my little tiny Pablo gaming brain, kind of think of that. But I don't know what effect that had on me, and I don't really have that kind of sensation anymore for a long time. But I don't think I have been fascinated with death and what, if anything, happens after. Like, I've already decided my opinions on that, and I'm not looking for any answers, so I wouldn't say that it has fascinated me, and it's not very nice thing to be fascinated with. Like, if someone's out here, death and decay and destruction and dying constantly, it's like, fuck. It's a bit of a drag, you know what I mean? It's not what I would like to do. So I wouldn't say, I'd say hard no, I have not been always fascinated with that. Even though when I was a little spaghetti kid, I was thinking in my mind, the void and the fucking abyss. It's like, nah. I don't even know if it had to do with death back then. Like, I really don't remember because it was so long ago, but I just remember thinking in my mind this, and it wasn't just once, it was like, it was for a time or a few times kind of thing at least. Like, and I don't know how I came up with it. It was probably something I got freaking traumatized with on TV that I shouldn't have been watching. Or maybe it was freaking Super Mario and Yoshi's Island that did it to me. But that's getting outside the scope of this video, so we're 50%, it's the half game away mark. I usually prefer to be around others than on my own. I'm gonna go hard disagree. It's like, I like to be on my own. I wouldn't mind a bit of gaming company, if you know what I mean, but it's like, shit. I'm pretty comfortable in my own little environment, and it doesn't really have much to do with anyone besides me. Not to say that's the best way to be, but that's how I've found myself for the last quite a while. And I'm not really complaining, except for I'm just not going to complain too much. I become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. No, I like the nitty-gritty. I really do, so no. I find it easy to empathize with the person whose experiences are very different from yours. Empathize. Well, I think we covered a bit of this in the last video, but I'm not out here empathizing too much. It's like, shit, I've got a lot on my game of plate already, so maybe, but I know there's a lot of gamers out there, but like, yeah, people whose experiences are different to mine. I don't really find it easy. I guess I don't find it easy to empathize much at all, like beyond the obvious kind of ones. It's like, I'm not out here empathizing. It's like, if someone's telling me their life story and it's all fucked and I'm meant to empathize, it's like, yeah, oh fuck kind of thing, yeah, but in my little feeling heart, it's like, I'm not freaking feeling anything. It's not to say I'm a cold-hearted piece of shit, but it's like, fuck. I don't get that very much. I'm not feeling what people feel for the most part, unless it relates back to me in a real way. So I'm gonna go middle no. I usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. I'm going to go middle yes. Usually I do. I like to keep my options open where possible. So yeah, at least a soft yes. Middle yes. Soft yes. I rarely second guess the choices. No, I'm second guessing all the time unless unless it's already happened and I'm looking back on it. It's like, if it's yet to come and the decision hasn't been decided whether it was right or wrong yet, I am second guessing them. Unless I'm pretty sure. It's like, I rarely. No, I disagree. I often second guess. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what I need. No, hard disagree. It's not often that I find myself needing a social event. Like, sometimes I like a chat, sometimes I want to say hi, sometimes I'll talk for a freaking hour or two, but I'm not sitting here waking up at the end of an exhausting week of freaking full-blown Tetris and thinking, oh shit, I just need a social event. That never occurs to me. And I don't know if it ever has. And I wouldn't care if it did or not. Alright, I enjoy going to art museums. Well, I do enjoy it, but I don't often do it. That's a loaded freaking question. Half of these questions are tricky, because if I say yes or no, right, it's like I do enjoy it, but I don't do it. So if I say yes, it means that I'm a museum freak, right? But if I say no, it means I hate the museum's guts. But if I say no, it's more true, because I went to the museum maybe once in the last freaking 10 years kind of thing. And only one. It's not like I've been... Maybe there's some that I forgot, like a little dedicated museum, but a real serious state freaking museum kind of thing. It's like, shit. It's been a while. And even though I enjoy it and I would enjoy it, I don't often do it. So it's hard to answer that, if you know what I mean. It's not obvious what it's asking. It's like, do you do it or do you love it? It's like, if you break it down, it's just say, do you enjoy it? But it's like, enjoying it implies you do it, and doing it implies a certain rate of doing it, and whether or not you are that or not, it's like, I'm not that because it's been so long, but kind of thing. I don't mean to break it down too much, but that's where my gaming mind goes to. For a simple question, I'll give a simple answer, but if the question leaves doors open to be interpreted, it's like, I don't want to be interpreted. I want to know for sure. You know what I mean? I'm not interested. He likes museums, so he's a museum NP museumer. It's like, no, I like museums, but I don't freaking go to them, so don't bullshit me. Is what I'm getting at. Like, I might be throwing a lot out on the gaming dinner table at the moment, but I feel like it's real. Like, I'm not just making this up. So I'm going to go neutral. I don't know how to answer that. I often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. See, this is another loaded question. It's like, maybe if someone's got a feeling and I'm sensing they've got a feeling, maybe, and I can't imagine why they might say someone's all fucked up and they're feeling fucked. It's like, if I don't know why, I might have a hard time understanding, but it's like, I'm not often in a position where I would have to understand someone's feelings, if you know what I mean. It's like, usually I try and keep it pretty clean and normal, so the only potential feelings hopefully are gonna be good. And if they're bad, and I've got something to do with it, it's like, I don't really want to be in a position where I have to understand that, if I can help it, so... And if I'm having a hard time understanding that, it's even worse. So I'm gonna go no. It's like, I don't often freaking have a hard time, because I don't even bother understanding it most of the time. Soft no. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Hard no, but never. I rarely feel insecure. Never. I'm pretty much constantly feeling insecure, at least in some way. Like, it's not... I don't know. You can probably tell. Write me in the description below if you see how much of an insecure freaking wreck I am as a gamer. Alright, I avoid making phone calls. It depends, but yes. I tend to yes. Middle yes. I don't really like phone calls. Unless I really need to get, like, for a specific purpose. I guess that's implying a purpose. It's like, I'm not making much phone calls just to chat. It's pretty rare. Maybe occasionally. But only to a very select section of people. It's like my mom, pretty much. You know what I mean? I don't have much to say. Someone wants to chat though, make sure to freaking smash that bell button. And PM me on Twitter. Alright. I often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from my own. Hard disagree. I'm not interested in views that are very different from my own unless it's up for debate, like someone might say, oh, it's this. It's like, that might be very different from what I think, but for the most part I've got my mind made up and I don't want to understand them. I'm not interested in understanding why someone thinks something, unless it matters to me for some specific purpose. But it's like, I'm interested in understanding what I think's right, kind of thing. And if their views are very different from my own, like, I don't want to understand them unless I'm ill-informed or something. I'd just rather freaking put them in the trash. Like, I'm not trying to be too mean to anyone, but it's honestly how I feel. Like, if I've made up my mind and someone comes and says, oh, 350, didn't you ever think about how it's this? It's like, no, I don't give a fuck how it is. And don't even tell me that or I'll start hating your guts too. No, okay, I won't. I'm not some kind of monster. Or am I? Make sure to comment in the section below. Alright. In my social circles, I'm often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. Hard disagree. Pretty much never. Maybe occasionally I'll ask, oh, should we play Warzone? Or something along those lines, but that's about my limit. If my plans are interrupted, my top priority, yes. Pretty much hard agree. Unless my plans are interrupted in a really good and unexpected way. Usually I'd want to get back to whatever I was doing. So, I'm gonna go soft. No, I'm gonna go middle yes, because usually yes, it'd have to be pretty juicy. I'm still bothered by mistakes that, yes, I am. Of course I am. I think everyone is. Am I sentimental? I don't know. That's a good question though, because at least it's clear about what it's asking. I rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence, or the meaning of life. I do rarely contemplate it. It's like I don't have the answers, but I've made up my mind kind of thing as well on the other hand, so it doesn't really matter, you know, what I come up with, unless it helps me get a better kind of grip on things. So it's like, what's the meaning of life? It's like, I don't give a fuck what that is. I'm more interested in what should I be doing now? That's my thing. It's like, this is the meaning of life. Everyone's in peace and harmony, and the world together can move forward into the freaking stratosphere with Pluto and then Neptune and the other ones in the Milky Way. It's like, nah, that doesn't do it for me. I'm not interested in the meaning of human existence, or like, I've already decided. You can refer to the freaking channel for details on what I thought, but it's like, I'm not out here contemplating it. It's not up for debate, in my opinion. So, I'm gonna go a pretty hard no. It's like, sometimes I wonder, but it's about a specific thing. It's not a general, why am I here kind of thing. It's more like, what the hell is wrong with me kind of thing. It's more of those, along those lines. So I'm gonna go middle disagree. My emotions control me more than I control them, probably. Like, isn't that how freaking brains work? Human beings? I don't know. That's why I'm taking this test, so I can find out more about myself and my potential. Alright, I'm getting off topic here, out of the scope of the freaking video. I don't know whether they do or not is the answer. Like, ideally no, but potentially yes. It's like, I would like to be at this state of being where I can say definitively no, but fuck, it ain't easy. I don't think they do, like, I really don't. I know they control me to some extent, but I really try my hardest to be honest about it. Maybe not try my hardest, but I do freaking actively try. And like, is it an emotion? When does an emotion stop being an emotion and become a freaking complex, if you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know. I don't know. I know there's people who know a lot more about it than me, but it's like, I don't think these things are completely definite. Like, maybe not this question particularly, but like, where do you draw the line between an emotion and a, like, they're a bit flexible, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna go that's a good question. I don't know whether they do or not. Like, I really don't. I'm trying to figure out whether they do or not. I like, my head says they don't, but my heart says they do. That's the difference I'm trying to get at. It's like, it's hard to know sometimes. So I'm going to go neutral because I really don't know whether they do or not. I take great care not to make people look bad even when it's completely their fault. Disagree, it's not my problem. I don't care. I'm not trying to be rude, but unless it's gonna hurt me for whatever reason, it's like, I'll tell it freaking like it is. Like, I'm not out here exposing people left and right, but I'm not gonna cover up and say, oh, don't feel like. Usually I don't want trouble, so I'll try and minimize a problem if it's not a big deal. But if someone's freaking making a mess of things, it's like, it's him, get him out of here kind of thing, you know what I mean? So I don't feel too bad about that. My personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. It is, but some things I do a consistent effort on. But it is definitely closer to spontaneous bursts, so I maybe should have done soft degree. Can I change that? When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take. No, I don't wonder that. If someone thinks highly of me, that's really good. Like, I don't want everyone, it's not like, oh, I just want it that I deserve to be thought highly of because I'm DOS350. It's like, nah, I don't have that, hopefully. What I've got more is like, if someone likes me or thinks I'm good at something or whatever, it's like, I'm not out here thinking, when's it gonna be that I slip up and they realize I'm secretly a scumbag and the cat will be out of the bag. It's like, that never crosses my mind. I'm just trying to make the most of it while I can. And maybe I'll be sad if I disappoint someone, but maybe not sad. I'll disappointed in myself that I've disappointed someone if I care. But if it's just, it could be anyone kind of thing, I don't know who it is. It's like, shit, I don't care if they're disappointed in me. Like, why would they be? They don't know who the hell I am kind of thing. Unless they've watched this freaking video. Alright. No, it's a hard no. I never wonder about that, I don't think. I would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. I don't know if I would or not. I guess so. Does being a freaking gamer count? I'm going to go neutral. I believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. No, what the hell? Get lost. I don't. I think abstract philosophical questions really help to isolate certain things that are sometimes hard to talk about in a real world setting. Sometimes if you take it back a bit, put it in a different freaking package, if you know what I mean, it's like, shit, then you can see it more clearly. It's like, it's not necessarily always about the actual issue or the topic. It's sometimes more behind. It's like untold kind of thing that goes with something or is because of something. So abstract questions or hypothetical kind of things can help to get a clearer idea of what you really think. So I don't think it is a waste of time. I think it's pretty damn productive. And if you be honest about it, it can lead to pretty juicy results. For me, at least, I like it. It's not like I'm freaking Aristotle and Socrates out here pondering all this shit all the time, but just in general, I think it's a good tool to hone your own freaking understanding. I think it's good, so it's not a waste of time. I feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres. Hard disagree. I'm not interested in hustle bustle. I know at first glance, no, I don't think anybody does, like, unless it's really obvious because of the context of what's happening around them. But just the look on their freaking face kind of thing, like, that isn't enough in anyone's. Like, for a basic, like, ballpark, it's like, oh, he looks really happy, he must be having a good day. She looks really upset, I wonder what's wrong. It's like, no, it's beyond that. It's like, how are you feeling? Anything can be freaking feeling. Like, someone can look at me. Let's look at me. That's how I look, okay? I'm not trying to win an award, but it's like, in my little gamer mind, in my gamer freaking self, with all my hopes and dreams and freaking emotions, ups and downs, booms and busts, 2 world wars, it's like, shit. I could be feeling any number of things, and no one is going to be able to tell what the hell it is, just off how I look at first glance. They're going to have to know what I'm doing, what's just happened to me, what the hell I've been going through for my whole fucking life, you know, like, it ain't that easy. I don't believe in that kind of thing, beyond really basic, like, yes or no, happy, sad, maybe. Like, when you dig a bit deeper, it could be any number of freaking things. I don't know. I often feel overwhelmed. It's a soft yes. Sometimes I do. Ideally, I wouldn't like to, but it just seems to happen. It's like, it's all just a bit too much sometimes. I'm gonna go... I already went a soft yes. Or not often feel overwhelmed. Look, it isn't too often. Excuse me. I complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. I'd like to. Sometimes I forget, but ideally I would. I want to do things the right way. And sometimes certain steps. Like, it's not just one step and it's done. Some things require freaking steps, all to be done, in order even sometimes, otherwise it's not what you wanted, so... When it matters, ideally, yes. I'm gonna go, yes. I tend to be a bit that way, but maybe I sometimes skip. Or forget. I'm very intrigued by things labelled as controversial. A little bit, I guess. I like something that I consider spicy or juicy, but I'm not going out here, oh, what's hot and what's controversial out here in the headlines. It's like, that doesn't cut it for me. It's only if it already matters to me and I've got an opinion already. I'm not interested in some new controversy. I'm interested in an ongoing kind of thing. I won't get too into it. I'll just go soft yes. I am a bit very intrigued. You'd pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone... No. Why would I? Oh, the little marginalized Pueblo needs it more than me. It's like, fuck him. Why should I care? I struggle with deadlines, yep. I feel confident that things will work out for you. I feel confident that things will work out for me. I don't know if I do or not. Sometimes I do. I want to be prepared for, like, not in every given situation, be prepared for the worst case scenario, but like in general. I'm trying to be honest about things, and god damn, it ain't easy. Yeah, I'm trying to be honest and freaking do the right thing, so most of the time, I guess I'm confident. Like, I'm going to the shops, I'm confident that I'll get what I wanted and make it home. But I don't want to get too confident. I'm gonna go soft yes. I wouldn't want to be no. Like, oh, I'm fucked, it's never gonna work. So, my gender. Okay, I didn't mean to commit a hate crime just there. So, I'm just gonna click. What should I click? Like, I haven't introduced myself. I guess I have. Pronouns listed in the freaking bio? Alright. Today I'm feeling male, so we'll just click that. Alright, let's see. ISTP? Virtue fucking knows though. The other one said I was critically aggressive and freaking crazy, and this one's calling me a virtuoso. ISTP. So is this me? ISTPT. Not just an ISTP, but an ISTPT. So I'm introverted. This trait determines how we interact, 76%. Yeah, sounds about right. Energy. I'm observant or intuitive. It's close, but observant, intuitive. Yeah, I guess so. Nature, thinking, feeling. Determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. Alright, now excuse me for 1 second. I just gotta find this freaking lighter, like. Okay, I found it. Cope with emotions. So I'm more thinking than feeling. Tactics. Our approach to working, planning, and decision making. I'm more prospecting than judging. Okay. Identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. I'm more turbulent than assertive. Yeah, okay. Is this what I gotta pay for? So I'm an ISTP. An ISTPT. Before we move to your profile, would you like a copy of it? No, thanks. ISTPA/D. What's the difference? I don't know. Okay, let's see. This is long. Bear Grylls, Michael Clint Eastwood, Mila fucking Djokovic, Daniel Craig. I'm James Bond. I don't mind that. Tom Cruise, Michelle Rodriguez, Arya Stark, Game of Thrones. She's not even real. Indiana Jones. How is he an ist fucking PT? Hawkeye. Why? Jack Bauer. I don't watch John McClane. I'm like Die Hard. I like that. MacGyver. I'm a bit of a MacGyver. This is fucking lit. Lisbeth. She's the girl with the dragon tattoo. And it's another James Bond. They give me 2 different Bonds. Jessica Jones. I don't know her. Alright, that's pretty funny. So we'll just briefly skim this. I wanted to live the life, a different life. I didn't want to go to the same place every day and see the same people and do the same job. I wanted interesting challenges, says Harrison Ford. Virtuosos love to explore with their hands and their eyes. That doesn't sound too good. Holy shit. Touching and examining the world around. I can't handle this. Excuse me for being such a gamer, but it's like shit. If some gamer virtuoso's out here exploring with their hands and eyes, touching and examining, it's like, god damn. Like, I don't want to get too crazy, but I mean, god damn. Cool rationalism, spirited curiosity. People with this personality type are natural makers with a capital M, moving from project to project, building the useful and the superfluous for the fun of it, and learning from their environment as they go. Often, mechanics and engineers, virtuosos, find no greater joy than in getting their hands dirty. I wouldn't call it that. Pulling things apart and putting them back together. Just a little bit better than they were before. Yeah, look, maybe. I don't know if I want to get my hands freaking dirty though. Dress for comfort. Yeah. I'd agree to that. I dress for fucking gaming comfort and convenience. Virtuosos explore ideas through creating, troubleshooting, trial and error, and first-hand experience. They enjoy having other people take an interest in their projects and sometimes don't even mind them getting into their space. Of course, that's on the condition that those people don't interfere with the virtuoso's principles and freedom. And they'll need to be open to the virtuosos returning the interesting kind. I don't really understand that about returning the interesting kind. I enjoy lending a hand and sharing their experience, especially with the people I care about, and it's a shame they're so uncommon. Making up only about 5% of the population, virtuoso women and the ladies are especially rare, and typical gender roles that society tends to expect can be a poor fit. They'll often be seen as tomboys from a young age. Well, that was me. I was a freaking... as a little girl, I was a freaking tomboy, and I grew up into a fully fledged gamer, just the way I like it. Alright, that's getting way out of the freaking scope of the video. Dare to differ. With the mechanical tendencies, my mechanical tendencies can make me appear simple at a glance. Virtuosos are actually quite enigmatic, friendly but private, calm but suddenly spontaneous, extremely curious but unable to stay focused on formal studies. Virtuoso personalities can be a challenge to predict even by their friends and loved ones. Virtuosos can seem very loyal and steady for a while, but they tend to build up a store of impulsive energy that explodes without warning, taking their interests in bold new frickin' directions. Rather than some sort of vision quest though, virtuosos are merely exploring the viability of a new interest when they make these seismic shifts. Virtuosos' decisions stem from a sense of practical realism, and at their heart it's a strong sense of direct fairness, do unto others attitude. I don't know where they got that from, because I said to everything, it's not my problem. It's like, shit. It really helps to explain many of virtuosos' puzzling traits. Instead of being overly cautious though, avoiding stepping on toes in order to avoid having their toes stepped on, virtuosos are likely to go too far, accepting likewise retaliation, good or bad, as fair play. The biggest issue virtuosos are likely to face is that they often act too soon, taking for granted their permissive nature and assuming that others are the same. They'll be the first to tell an insensitive joke, get overly involved in someone else's project, roughhouse. You want to get to roughhouse with Fitty the gamer? And suddenly change their plans because something more interesting came up. Nothing is as boring as everyone agreeing with you. They'll come to learn that many other personality types have much more firmly drawn lines and rules and... Okay, so straight off the bat, I don't think I'm a virtuoso. Maybe they were close, but it's like... I am the one with freaking lines everywhere. It's like, I'm not it's whatever I want and whatever gets my interest. It's like, no, it's exactly got to be within these conditions, otherwise I hate it. That's more me. So, maybe it's because I didn't answer some of the questions, like I didn't understand the questions, but I don't think this is completely right. Maybe this is just the description is wrong for me. I don't want to hear it, and certainly, wait, hang on. The other people don't want to hear the insensitive shit, and they wouldn't tell one back, and they wouldn't want to engage in horseplay, even with a willing party. If a situation is already emotionally charged, violating these boundaries can backfire tremendously. Virtuosos, they got a particularly difficulty in predicting emotions, but this is just a natural extension of their fairness. Where's my freaking fairness? Given how difficult it is to gauge a virtuoso's emotions and motivations, however, their tendency to explore their relationships through their action rather than through empathy can lead to some very frustrating situations. People with virtuoso personality types struggle with boundaries and guidelines, preferring the freedom to move about and colour outside of the lines if they need to. Finding an environment where they can work with good friends who understand their style and unpredictability, combining their creativity, sense of humour and hands-on approach to build practical solutions and things will give virtuosos many happy years of building useful boxes. Okay. And embodying from the outside. Building useful boxes, that's the best part. I like to build useful boxes. So let's move on to strength and weakness. For anyone who doesn't know about the boxes, you can refer to labeling theory. Alright, strengths and weaknesses. Optimistic and energetic, usually up to their elbows. In some project or other, cheerful and good-natured people with the virtuoso type, especially assertive ones, rarely get stressed out, preferring to go with the flow, man. Creative and practical. Virtuosos are very imaginative when it comes to practical things, mechanics and crafts. Novel ideas come easily and they love using their gaming hands to put them in action. Spontaneous and rational. Combining spontaneity with logic, virtuosos can switch mindsets to fit new situations with little effort, making them flexible and versatile individuals. Know how to prioritize. The flexibility comes with some unpredictability, but virtuoso personalities are able to store their spontaneity for a rainy day, releasing their energy just when it's needed most. In the nick of time. Great in crisis. Okay, with all this hands-on creativity and spontaneity, it's no wonder that virtuosos are naturals in crisis situations. People with this personality type usually enjoy a little physical... Okay, I don't enjoy any physical risk at all, and they're not afraid to get their hands dirty. I don't like getting my hands dirty, and except if it's with Tetris freaking gamer, blood, sweat and tears. They don't get dirty, ideally. You need clean hands for Tetris. Relaxed. Through all this, virtuosos are able to stay quite relaxed. They live in the moment and go with the game of flow, refusing to worry too much about the future. Okay, here's my weaknesses. Let's get it. Stubborn. As easily as a virtuoso goes with the flow, they can also ignore it entirely, and usually move in other directions with little apology or sensitivity. If someone tries to change a virtuoso's habits, lifestyles, or ideas through criticism, they can become quite blunt in their irritation. Look, I would say that I'm pretty stubborn, in certain ways especially. It's like I'm not listening for the most part. I got my mind made up already. And that's just the way I am, so yeah, I'm stubborn. Insensitive. Virtuosos use logic, and even when they try to meet others halfway with empathy and emotional sensitivity, it rarely seems to quite come out. If anything is even said at all. Yeah, maybe I'm a bit of an insensitive fucking freak. I don't mean to cut myself off at the side there. Private and reserved. Virtuoso personalities are notoriously difficult to get to know. They're true introverts, keeping their personal matters to themselves, and often just prefer silence to small talk. Yeah, look, I'm quite private and reserved, I guess. Easily bored. I enjoy novelty, which makes them excellent tinkerers, but much less reliable when it comes to focusing on things long term. Once something's understood, virtuosos tend to simply move on to something new and more interesting. Yeah, maybe. Dislike commitment. Now that sounds like me. Long-term commitments are particularly onerous for virtuosos. They prefer to take things day by day, and the feeling of being locked into something for a very long time is downright oppressive. This can be a particular challenge in virtuoso romantic relationships. No! I'm gonna go and freaking train it? Shit. Fuck. Here I am, a gamer wanting a freaking chance at love, and this goes and blows my hopes out of the water? Like, what the hell is that? I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover from hearing that. Alright, I don't mean that. I do dislike commitment though, that is true. Risky behaviour. This stubbornness difficulty with others' emotions, focus on the moment, and easy boredom can lead to unnecessary and unhelpful boundary pushing just for fun. Virtuosos have been known to escalate conflict and danger just to see where it goes. Something that can have disastrous consequences for everyone around if they lose control of the situation. God damn. Alright. Excuse me, I just had to take a quick gaming break to brace myself for this next category. So, risky behavior. I like, let's say, gambling, but when it comes to physical risk, like they mentioned earlier, I'm not interested. Romantic relationships. Here's the juicy part. Ist-P-A-Ist-P-T. Alright. Here's the nitty-gritty. Romantic relationships. When it comes to romantic relationships with virtuosos, it's a bit like nailing jello to a tree. That doesn't sound good. Dating virtuoso personalities is a tango, complex and interesting, with alternating coldness and detachment, and passion. Oh, good. Spontaneity and enjoyment of the moment. Nothing can be forced in virtuoso relationships, but so long as they're given the space they need to be themselves, they'll gladly enjoy the comforts of a steady partner for a lifetime. There's me and my wife. God damn. I wouldn't have my feet up in the air like that, and look at the smile on his face. Fuck. If songs could change lives, we'd all love each other. Early in dating, people with the virtuoso, people like me, let's just call them, can be especially flighty. They live in the present, always looking for new activities and experiences. If a potential partner doesn't measure up, virtuosos have no real problem walking away. Virtuosos also need a great deal of personal space, both physically and mentally, and any attempts to control them or forcibly schedule their activities or accelerate their departure. It seemed like, and any attempts to control them or forcibly schedule activity. Oh, they only get rid of them faster, okay. I didn't quite understand that for a second, so if they get controlling, I want to get out of there quicker. Okay. On the other hand, virtuosos, they got no problem trying to change their partner's habits. It's like, do this. Make me a sandwich. Alright. Okay, ladies, don't listen to that last comment. They got no problem trying to change their partner's thing. Most likely with attempts to get him to loosen up a bit and relax and do what I tell him. And have fun, I meant to say. Virtuoso personalities are hardly strict or traditional when it comes to dating, and often try to introduce sex. Okay, it's getting a bit too spicy for this fucking channel. Into their... Can you blame me? Alright. Ladies, I don't mean to get too graphic out here, but it's like shit. Do they have to say that? I'm not going to comment on that. Sensual individuals that they are, virtuosos make ready to use all their senses, viewing intimacy as an art, a performance, and a source of pleasure. Look, I'm not claiming to be a virtuoso, okay? All transparency with the subscribers here. They're just calling me this. So I'm just telling you what they're saying, okay? As their relationships progress, virtuosos partners tend to find that the intimacy is about the closest they get to an emotional expression. Okay, intimacy. Okay. Speaking of freaking intimacy, I just got a message from a gamer. Not this kind of intimacy though. It's like, that's not the intimacy I'm talking about, but fuck. I better reply to him, but I'm in the middle of something? That's my freaking narcissistic tendencies, or what? Intimacy is a performance. Fuck, I don't like how they use that word intimacy. intimacy. When we're intimate, it's like, oh shit, I don't want to get too graphic. Intimacy is about the closest they get to an emotional, open expression. It's not that the virtuosos don't have feelings, they actually run quite deep and strong, just that they conceal and protect them, because they're unsure how to deal with them and express them. Virtuosos have no trouble leaving something they think is mutually understood unsaid. This applies in a broader sense in virtuosos' relationships as well. Any attempt to push understood arrangements, even the relationships themselves, into open discussion in order to secure commitment, especially early on, are often met by virtuosos with something close to panic. Yeah, I don't think that's me. Nothing is so acutely terrifying to virtuosos as knowing there's no way out. Look, that's a bit closer. Every day is a new day and virtuosos review their obligation from moment to moment. Ladies? No, alright, look, that's not me, okay? If virtuosos are to be lifelong partners, it must happen as a natural progression of these day-to-day decisions, on their own time. None of this should be taken too personally by virtuosos' partners, it's just how their minds work. People with this personality type live in the present, in a world of physical activities that engage the senses, and they just need to know that they have freedom to be passionate about something one day and indifferent the next, without being grilled on when they're going to finish something or why they suddenly change their minds. And at the same time, being a little more expressive and a little more comfortable with the idea of consistency and follow-through can go a long way in the rounding out the virtue. It's like this is intended for some woman to freaking, is this man a freaking NP? And then they read this. It's like, I want to know as if it's me, not what they're treating me like. I want to know what I'm doing. But maybe I don't get it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to be rounded out. It's like, I'll round you out. You know what I mean? Alright, ladies. Alright. I'm getting too out of control here. The best partners usually show virtuosos observant S trait, that interest in what the world is here and now, with one or two opposing traits to help them to explore a world that also involves other people and others' expectations. Friendships. I don't really care about those. What the hell's the point? Maybe, but not today. That sounds like me. I never said it. Parenthood. Okay, we're skipping these because I'm not interested. Parenthood. My oyster. Okay. Full transparency. Oyster's a trigger word, so do not tell me oyster or I'm gonna have a freaking panic attack. Career paths. Okay. Diversity. What's next? Problem solvers. Focus. Practical. Heart thing. Workplace habits. Dynamic, I saw in it. Yeah, I don't really care what they say. The romantic one was juicy, but the rest of them is like whatever. Conclusion, okay. Few personality types are as bold. There's no one quite like the virtuoso. Known for their technical mastery and willingness to improve. Virtuoso. Look, I like that. I don't know about technical mastery. Like, I'm aiming for some kind of technical freaking mastery, I guess. But willingness to improve. I'd like to improve. In every category. Good at finding unique solutions to seemingly impossible challenges. Desire to explore and learn new things is invaluable in many areas, including their own personal growth. Yet, however, we get easily tripped up in areas where their focus on practical matters is more of a liability than an asset. Whether it's finding or keeping reaching dazzling heights on the career ladder, or learning to plan ahead, virtuosos need to put a conscious effort to develop their weaker traits and additional skills. What you've read so far is just an introduction into the complex concept that is the virtuoso personality type. You may have muttered to yourself, wow, this is so accurate. I didn't mutter that. Like, it's a little bit right sometimes, but I don't think completely, and I wouldn't call it creepy. Finally, no, I didn't think that. You may be, like, if I'm such a virtuoso, I should know it all, right? I'm really good. Like, a virtuoso implies freaking talent, right? So, I don't know. How do they know more about me than the people I'm closest to? It's not a trick. You felt understood because you were. Okay, they're chewing my freaking ear off now. We've studied how virtuosos think and what they need to reach their full potential. And no, we did not spy on you. They're probably spying on me now. They sent my IP address to the mainland with my freaking browser credentials. All unencrypted? It's HTTPS. Alright. They didn't spy on me. Many of the things I've faced and will face in the future have been overcome by other virtuosos. I simply need to learn how they succeed, like James Bond or what? And MacGyver. Is that who I am? But in order to do that, you need to buy our fucking thing. Best car in the world is not going to take you if you don't know where you want to go. We've told you how virtuosos tend to behave in certain circumstances and what their key strengths and weaknesses are. Now we need to go much deeper into your personality and why, how, and what if. The knowledge is blah blah blah. Are you ready to pay the prescription? Here it is. Our premium thing, roadmap, more successful, more versatile. You. That's me. They're not for everyone though. You need to be ready to rock and roll and go beyond blah blah blah. Premium profile. Alright. Okay, I'm going to take the glasses off and be fully transparent with the viewer for a minute. So, now, just before we come to the conclusion, I'm an ISTP. So we'll just get a quick look at... I was actually going to do another test, but this one took longer than anticipated, so I'm going to just look a bit at ISTP. ISTP. Action-oriented, logical, analytical, spontaneous, reserved, independent, enjoy adventure, skilled at understanding how mechanical things work. Look, and it was -A, so where's A? Or -S? These ones don't have the hyphen. ISTP? What's the difference? Let's ask these guys quickly. Assertive, virtuoso versus turbulent. Hobby survey, fear survey, relating to others. I don't know if I'm P or A, I'm somewhere in between. I think I'd probably tend towards assertive. Probably. It's like shit. I don't want to be turbulent. Yeah, okay. So we'll go back to the other screen now, because I was going to do another test, but we'll leave it. So the bottom line is, I'm an ISTP according to this test. The virtuoso. So where can I get... sorry, I'm still looking at the other freaking thing. ISTP. Whatever. Yeah, ISTP. So I like mechanical things, logical, and whatever else it said, right? Action-oriented, logical, analytical, spontaneous. Yeah, now look. That was fun, and it's good to have one that I can label, and there's definitely some parts of that I did relate to. For me, it's like, I think that this is a better test than the last one. I really do. The Big Five's not as good as frickin' 16personalities.com. And it was pretty funny, and it was a bit of a joke, but it's like, and they tried to sell me the shitty thing. But it was good, so... I don't know if I've finished deep dive into my psyche yet. Like, I might make a part 3, a conclusion, and do a final test, a different one, but the same as this. But yeah, I'm an ISTP according to this site, and I didn't hate what it said about me, but I didn't love it completely either, so it's definitely good. Like, I'm not creeped out by how accurate it is, and I'm not going, wow, they spied on me and they know my every game, a freaking detail of my life story. But it's like, it's alright. It's definitely got the basics. Like, I wouldn't know if I'm a virtuoso, but it's like, yeah, it's in the right ballpark kind of thing. It's like I'm a bit that way. So I think it's a pretty good test. I don't like the little stupid cartoons and all the bullshit and the attitude and the tricky questions. Like, if some of those questions were worded better, I think the result would have been more accurate. Someone like me, being the freaking virtuoso I am, maybe break down the questions too much and freaking analyze them, over analysis, and they'll get put in a state of mind where I can't answer them honestly anymore because I don't understand the point of the question or the actual exact question itself. So yeah, virtuoso ist P. Is that it right? Ist P / ist A. Explorer, constant improvement. I like that. Inside of the day, dress for comfort. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so look, that's part 2. We got the result we were looking for. It's DOS 350. I'm an ist P. And I was being as honest as possible. And maybe I'm going to wrap up this breathtaking and groundbreaking documentary series sometime soon with a part 3, and we'll go into detail with a bit of what it means for me in the real world. Like, we've done the test, we've got a few results, and we'll kind of summarize it. Maybe we'll go and look back on it in a few years and see if it's still applicable. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and make sure to freaking tap that subscribe button and like button. And thank you for watching DOS 350 Gamer Personality Review. Till next time, this is ist P 350 the Virtuoso, signing out. Thank you.